Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters. And this is from director Dennis Dugan, who has had a long career of making a lot of Adam Sandler movies, from his 90s films all the way up through like Jack and Jill. So, very interesting track record for this director. And basically he's bringing to the screen Love Actually without Christmas. And if 90% of the storylines were on the same level as the British guy who wanted to go to America to get laid. That says a lot about what Love, Wedding, and Other Disasters brings to the table. Now, the film starts off, there's so many different storylines going on, that's why I made the comparison to Love Actually. So it's a rom-com with a whole bunch of plot threads that all converge upon a wedding at the end. Some of which are ridiculously convenient how they converge. Some of them are so cringy. There's, at like the center of it is a game show, actually hosted by Dennis Dugan in the film, and it's about like this guy and this Russian woman who get attached with like a chain, and they're being filmed and stuff like that, and the Russian mob's involved, and all kinds of crazy crap like that. Horrible. Not funny, just annoying, and took me out of the movie every time that storyline came on. And there's some other ones with like, the movie starts off really in your face and obnoxious with Maggie Grace's character trying to get her fiance, or like her future fiance, to go skydiving. He breaks up with her while in flight. His cable breaks, of course, and she kind of drops him closer to the ground. But then she runs into a wedding and messes it up on her way down, and now she's the wedding thrasher. Yup. And she works weddings. She's a wedding planner. And yeah, so the rest of the film is about central plot of a politician getting married. And the first, at least half of this, I was annoyed. I thought it was stupid. And just the cast's wasted. Like Jeremy Irons is in this. Diane Keaton's in this. And like their storyline, she's blind. He's like a really uptight, like caterer kind of guy for the wedding, and he just, obviously he melts, and they get to know each other, and they have their moments, and like they don't get enough to work with. And Maggie Grace doesn't get a whole lot to work with. You have Andrew Bachelor, who plays, like, he's a fun character, and they have a nice setup to his story, where like he is a tour guide of Boston. He's on one of the duck boats, and he meets a girl who just so happens to have Cinderella's slipper tattooed on her neck. And they really hit it off. They have a lot of chemistry together. It's nice. And then, poof, she doesn't wait for him, as he's very obviously trying to be like, hey, want to talk to you. Literally called her out in front of the whole group, and she bailed. And then the whole rest of the storyline throughout the film has very poor logic to it. And it's interesting, they have these two buskers who are playing guitar, and they seem to have a connection, but they never really talk to each other, and they're kind of like, they serenade the audience throughout the film, and of course they get looped into the actual story, and it's just a muddled mess. And it's the kind of thing where you have the end of the second act where things aren't going so well, but then it's resolved, like everything's shown to be sad and not going well in a 10-second montage, and then bam, we're back on track. And I'm just like, way to build up the tension there. So in the end, this film is, to be fair, by the end, I thought there was some charm, and I was enjoying it a little bit more. It had a little bit more energy as things started to converge and actually come to a singular point. But most of this film is just way too much, and too much it's trying to do, and not enough depth in which they're doing it. So in the end, this is a rom-com that probably will be only enjoyed by those who really like rom-coms, because if you don't, you're probably not going to like Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters. And it's fun looking at Rotten Tomatoes and looking at all of the comments made about the title, So I actually probably had more enjoyment reading some of the the little clips of people's reviews about the film and some of the snarky things they said, looping in the title and being cheeky about it. But in general, I would pass on Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters, but if you really do love rom-coms, you'll probably get something out of this. So this just might be a movie for you. But those are my thoughts on Love, Weddings, and Other Disasters. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.